I want the show to be truthful. I'm going to keep the 10K, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail.
This was probably the most interesting week so far. The intent was to keep feeding AIsha with the data of my runs to improve the calibration skills, and that's exactly what I did. I kept running my own pace. I ran both Tuesday and Thursday pace of 6.1, 6.3, and although on Tuesday the heart rate was a bit lower than the prescribed one, on Thursday I actually nailed the run. But there was something I didn't take into consideration, and that was the fatigue. And it was because of that level of fatigue that on Thursday I came to the realization that probably keeping the 10K as a test was a mistake. And this takes us to the Saturday.
And I'm afraid it was just a half win. I managed to keep a fast pace until K5, and then my legs kept failing, and I had to revert to my easy run, and I also had to walk for a few small segments.
Finally, after a whole week of anticipation, it was Saturday, test day. I had to run a 10K at the maximum of my capabilities. And that's where I got it wrong, because I started way too fast. I ran the first kilometer at around 5-10 minutes per kilometer. My heart rate kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And even by keeping the pace low, the heart rate didn't come down, and it stabilized at around 170, 175, and reaching a peak of 180 by the end of the run. My legs were way too tired, and so much that I have to take a brief walk, which took the all average down to 6.5. Then the last kilometers actually picked up again because I wanted to finish strong. And to be fair, the fact that I had to walk and also to revert my easy pace didn't sit right with me. It felt like a failure, and it didn't really make me feel good.
HR 175 sustained at threshold. Effort matched prescription. This was not a failure.
Looking at that chart was a wow moment, because although I felt like I failed the test, the heart rate was basically where it was supposed to be, and it was stable exactly when my pace dropped. Looking at this today with a fresh set of eyes, I can say the data is not wrong, the data is not lying. The data is there and it's clear as sun that I didn't fail, or at least I didn't fully fail. But I guess that's just the paradox between data and human body. There is always something that the data is not going to be able to see. And what all this means to me and to my marathon training is that there is still a long way to go, and there is still potential for failure and for wins, and there is still a lot to learn, and I'm pretty sure between here and April it's going to be a completely different story.
I kept running and pushing because I wanted to give you this. I wanted to give you my first 10K.
Next week I'm going to be halfway through phase 1, and I'm expecting AIsha to be able to finally calibrate my pace correctly. I don't think she's going to be able to understand fatigue yet, but that's something I actually want to wire in. But as far as my body goes, I'm feeling okay. So let's see how next week turns out.